All right, week 2. Gonna face the vaunted QB room for the New Orleans Saints. But I gotta say though, I'm looking at the stats earlier. I'm not gonna bother showing you, but Tyler Shuck, he threw for 3 touchdowns, 290 yards. So against the Buccaneers. But I'm gonna show you guys real quick what I did here and what I'm gonna do uh, while I'm recording this. I'm I'm nervous about our cornerback room. Um, so I was looking at some potential free agents, and I gotta say there really is nobody. Like I just feel icky signing a 80 overall free agent, having him start above my. I just don't think that's realistic. So, but I am like wanting to develop for the future. I'm still in the process of learning how this progression tool works on this mod, but I need to bring in some younger guys here. I just don't know if the draft class is gonna really give us who we want. You know, there might be a free agent, which might be good next year, but this year in my on my bench, I want to basically have some guys that have potential to be something later. But before we go look at the free agency real quick, I'm going to show you what my plan is. So I had Tashawn Wharton starting at right end, and then also as a rush defensive tackle in a four down lineman defensive scheme. So what I'm going to do is I set it up so Robinson would be the starting right end on a 3-4 uh, anything 3-4 play calling, and then Wharton will come in on the nickel starting next to Brown. I'm hoping that kind of gives a little bit of an improvement, just be a little bit more stout against the run. What else did I do here? So I found out that mentors do nothing with this progression tool. So I went ahead and cut a lot of the mentors, and that created 2 roster spots. And one thing I did, oh, I'm sorry, I created 3. So I saw Rowe here, one of the mentors that I hired to kind of help ransom. I saw that he was on the field a lot. So I adjusted the depth chart to where Damani Richardson would be a backup to both free safety and strong safety. So maybe we'll see him more on the field. And then I brought Tua CV Nomura. I know his play better than his name, but the guy's kind of like a heat-seeking missile at linebacker, and he's 6'1", 221 pounds. So I signed him from our practice squad just to kind of and move him to strong safety, just to see if anyone gets injured, maybe we'll see some playing time. If not, maybe special teams. But he's a hard hitter. It's just kind of one of those. Maybe he becomes a fan favorite. I just want to see him on the field and play. All right, I think that's it. I wanted to show you from here. Let's go to the free agency here. I'm going to show you what I want to do. So as you can see in the top right-hand corner there, left of coach is 51 out of 53 roster spots. So I want to pluck some motherfuckers off the practice squad. If it lets me. Shit, I don't know. I haven't even really tried it. I kind of looked over free safety, strong safeties. Like I said, I just don't feel right signing a Troy Hill. Anybody really. I like Mike Jackson. I just think we just need to somehow play better. But I'm gonna go ahead and where did I narrow it down? So I think it was through here. I saw a couple guys on some rookies on the practice squad. Let's see, Zoff Frazier. He was a favorite with a lot of fans for all the mock drafts prior to the draft, and I wanted to decide between him and Mello Dotson, just to bring in, just to kind of have on the bench, and who knows, maybe one of them, or between those two and Bartholomew, maybe someone will develop. And I was thinking like, okay, which one do I sign? Well, I got 2 roster spots, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna say, F it. I'm gonna sign him to the active, steal him from the Bears. And I'm gonna do the same. Because why not? Why not? Who's stopping us? I got the roster spots available. All right, where was this guy? Mello? No, he's up here somewhere. Here we go. Mello Dotson out of Kansas. 6'1", 192. Sign him to our active. All right. Is it 70 overall or? All right, let's go check out the depth chart real quick just to make sure I didn't screw up our depth chart. And then we'll get the game started. All right, Dotson. Oh, he's rated 71, man. Frazier's a 67. You know what? What number do you get? 35? And 31. All right. Hey, you know what? He may never. It's just, I don't know. I'm thinking out loud too much. It's just something that it's kind of getting me a little excited to develop for the future because I do think we need to improve our cornerback room. Unfortunately, we can't make any big splashes right now. I mean, we just signed a high price safety, and I do like him. I like his play. I even liked Richardson last year, an undrafted rookie. Um, and then I like Ransom. So if I've got Richardson backing both of them up and Tamura there to kind of back up, be the third string across the board there. I don't know. Maybe we'll see him on the field. Let's just quickly save this file. Another home game. You know what? Let's go all blue jerseys. Let's just go all blue. With the black helmets. There we go. Black cleats. That's looking good right there. Change our playbook again. Wish there was a way that we could tell these Coach Canales to run the ball a little bit more.
It's week 2 of the
All right, good luck, Panthers fans.
And there's no love lost.
Maybe we can get to this rookie quarterback.
It's the Saints and the Panthers, and it's all up next on EA Sports.
Our coverage of the NFL brings us to the southern end of the Tar Heel State and to this beautiful venue, Bank of America Stadium here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Welcome to week 2, everybody. Kate Scott and Brock Heward here with you. Really happy you could join us in a game that's already an early must-win for both of these teams, Brock. They were each losers back in week 1.
It's only 2 weeks, Kate, of a 17-game season, and people I know out there are going, come on, they must win right now. But the percentage of teams all-time who make the playoffs after an 0-2 start, it's right around 10%. So you are spot on once again. Not impossible to do, but your season outlook's a whole lot better if you're the
Neither team got the start to the season that they wanted. Let's see who can right the ship as week 2 gets underway. He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. So now out comes the Panther offense for its initial drive of the game. They'll be led out by the first player picked in the 2023 NFL Draft from Alabama. It's Bryce Young.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the 1 touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
Straight to the air here. It's Young. That'll be caught by Adam Thielen. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Rush coming for Young. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
And now this defense is on that sack board and sets up a pretty good chance here on third down. It's a little bit like blood in the water with sharks when it comes to taking sacks. You can feel it as a quarterback. Once that defense gets one, they're hungry for another.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Now we'll get a stoppage for an injured player as they head out to check on, looks like an injured Panther. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. On the ground, Chuba Hubbard gets it. And he'll knife his way through for a pick of a 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Throw complete to Thielen. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Out of the gun, Young. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Receiver in motion, going left. Here we go, 2nd and very long. He finds Sanders. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that. You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock. You know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that, and it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Sam Martin on now to punt it away on 4th. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Coming off 4 punts in that loss, and he boots his first of this game away. Tried getting creative, but the coverage team read it all the way. This return loses yards. So the Saints offense taking over for the first time here. And it'll be their rookie QB who brings them out.
And all those touchdowns he had last week, Kate, he traded every one of them in exchange for a victory. It's team over individual for him. So even though he himself is coming off the exact type of showing you want, that kind of efficiency usually wins you games, he's not happy about it. And he will be focused on rectifying those things here.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. They stay on the ground with Kamara. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. And the Panthers into the nickel set. 3rd down coming. Trying to get it with the option here. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative, the last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
Here comes the Saints punting unit. And this will put an end to the drive after it's stalled out. Same as a touchback here. Fair catch made at the 20. So no return on that punt. And it's going to be Panthers football. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion headed right. Young on 1st and 10. That pass complete to McMillan. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on 1st down. And when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
That one's incomplete. Had the connection, but some stone hands got in the way there.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Young stays in. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling for that defense who puts a sack on the board. You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Starts the return at the 34. And it ends up a good return for him, up past their own 40. Officially a 55-yard launch. And the Saints will get set to take over. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Kamara gets it off the option. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. He gets 6 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
He's got Shaheed. And they bring him down around the 34.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. 3rd and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
No better luck than the last play, Brock, as he just has to get rid of it.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two and 3rd downs. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hands, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Nicotomney's kick is good. And that's going to get them on the scoreboard.
A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
Return starts at the 9. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. Carolina about set to go once again offensively. They aren't even quite sure what this team is going to settle in as this season, Brock, but already this is an important contest for him that could have postseason implications down the line. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. Second down now, 7 to go. So that's one quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Just 3-0 is our score. We'll take a brief pause and head back to Bank of America Stadium after this. We're ready to go with the second quarter. It's Panthers football. They've got 2nd and 7 to start. Young on the play action. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Caught at the 20-yard line. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden, we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They can revisit that play in the future. Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Feeling the receiver in motion left. On 3rd down, it's Young. And this is another incompletion. He was looking Xavier Leggett's way there. And that brings up 4th and long. And out comes the Panthers field goal unit. It's from the left hash, 33 yards. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
Anytime you start sniffing that red zone and you don't score 6, you only come away with 3 points. Not what you were looking for on the call sheet.
Return starts from the goal line. This return makes it up to the 25. New Orleans back on offense and ready to go now. And this is an interesting game for both they and their rivals across from them, Brock, getting a key division matchup so early in this season. Airing it out to start this drive. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Throwing with a blitz on the way. No place to go, so he just threw it away. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it. Passing struggles, bleeding over from that last play. He's forced to get rid of this one. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Dropping back to throw. Able to get it to Moreau. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And the fair catch made here at the 15. No return on that punt. And the Panthers are going to take over deep in their own territory. Here's Young on 1st and 10. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. He's got a gain of 6 there. That play wrapped up by Demario Davis. 6 yards to pick up there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Young working from the gun. He has the first over the middle.
Damn, look at that.
The
There we
Panthers
go.
take a second quarter lead. Xavier Legette with the touchdown.
Well, he finally caught
I
one.
love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
That one splits the uprights. And the Panthers break that tie and now lead by 7.
We may have to go watch that one again if it's a highlight.
Send it away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The New Orleans offense set to go now. And they take over down 10-3 following that score. They're out and set, 1st and 10. They run it from the gun with Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. Another run for Kamara. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Kamara running out of the gun. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
That's complete to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Panthers and Xavier Legette with the football once again. That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play action now. Young finds Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 27.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Hubbard again. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2. They run again with Hubbard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. Second and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical third down.
Falls to the ground out left, incomplete. He was looking Xavier Legette's way there. And that'll bring up 4th and 3. Carolina in punt formation. Back deep for the Saints is Rashid Shaheed. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Broke through the tackle. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And it'll be their football. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. Pickup of 12 on that play. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. This one delivered off target, Brock. That's incomplete.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
They give on second to Kamara. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Ooh, damn.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes
You might want to go in the tent,
put it in
bro.
the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, it came at the perfect time.
And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't kicked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
So out now comes the punter. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. He signals for the fair catch and brings it in. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Now Young gets this to Sanders. And they take him down at the 24-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Looking to throw. Young. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Panthers getting everyone set for the punt. It'll be Sam Martin doing the honors. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And it's going to be their football coming up. Here comes the Saints offense. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. A 9-yard rip on the ground there, and we've reached the 2-minute warning. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. From the 48. Kamara's got it. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Now looking to throw. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it.
There you go.
Now the Saints hustling people forward. They need to get set. It is caught left side. And he's taken down at the 30. Following that completion, medical staff headed out for an injured player. We'll see what the nature of his injury is. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Throwing from the gun here. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs.
I love that play. I mean, that's quarterback 101. Nothing downfield, get what you can with your legs, but so much more importantly, protect yourself. Availability, one of the most important abilities for any quarterback. And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Trayvon Merrick there for the stop. They'll throw on 3rd and long. Bails out of the pocket quick. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. We have a timeout here. Second one taken by New Orleans. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Airing it out on 1st down. Gets this one to Shaheed. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. The Saints call their 3rd and final timeout. Throwing on 2nd and 6. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Man, there's no way around this, Brock. They had that offense exactly where they wanted them, and the penalty gives them a whole lot more breathing room.
Technically, that was kind of a free hit on the quarterback there.
We had him right where we wanted, and we let him off the hook. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. We will not get another play here, Brock. That's to an E. Time's going to run out on the half. So we reached halftime in Charlotte. The hometown fans feeling good. Their Panthers have the lead. Now we'll send you down the East Coast to Orlando. Turn things over to our buddy Jonathan Coachman in the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, back to you and Brock in just a moment. But after a wild first weekend in the NFL, time to see if things will settle down as we take a quick look at what's happening here in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta, and they are just about ready to head to halftime with the Dolphins on top.
Oh, damn.
Jalen
Cousins is
Waddle,
starting.
a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see, currently, they trail in that ball game. Justin Herbert with 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Joe Mixon has a run for a touchdown. We saw a strong first half out of the Alabama man and former #1 selection, Bryce Young. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far. With that, the two squads are headed out of the tunnel. So let's get you back out to Kay Scott and Brock Hewitt.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the third quarter. Return starts from the goal line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints and running back Alvin Kamara trotting back out to the field. And their defense sure has kept this game close. Now it's time for them to come through, get some points for their team in this low-scoring affair. Running behind center with Kamara. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
2nd and 8. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, third down coming up. He'll look to throw. Escapes out to the left. Hit behind the line, and the ball
Yes.
loose.
Get it, run it.
Pick this one up.
Nice.
Brought down here at the 23-yard line.
Hey, I get it, Kate. Third down, you're doing all you can to try to stay on the field. But unfortunately, poor ball security loosens his hold on it, and the defense knocks it free. Instead of facing fourth down, even better. That
Oh,
defense is
fuck.
off
Are
the
they going to
field
overturn
completely.
this?
The Panthers get going again once more on offense. And
Was
it has
he
been
down?
all about these defenses so far, Brock.
Looks for a
Even into
second
the
there like he
second
might
half,
have been
we're
down.
still waiting for one of these offenses to take charge.
Yeah, what you're feeling, these defenses are making every yard tough, every first down tough, every series tough. And offensively, yeah, it's time to toughen up and maybe more importantly, sharpen up.
He finds Sanders. And they get this down to the 12-yard line before being stopped. Give them 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs. The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. 1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Here's Hubbard on the give. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Panthers push their lead further to start the half.
I'm not going to lie. That was making me nervous.
Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
That one right down the middle. And the Panthers drive their lead to 11. The Panthers kick team out there now as they send it away. Has this at the 6. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Saints come marching onto the field. They watch their fumble turn into points, so feeling maybe a little bit of an urge to make up for that now in this series. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. He gets it to Juwan Johnson. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 26-yard pickup there. And the Saints are going to have a first down. Ooh, a little movement along the line there. That's going to cost the defense 5 yards.
Encroachment defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still first down.
Encroachment on that previous play, and that makes this a much shorter 1st and 5. Man in motion here. Working inside the red zone. Flushed out of the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
All I'm hearing in my head is touchdown and check down, because it was said about a gazillion times in the NFL to me when you get in the red zone. It's not sack. Touchdown to check down. You can't take a sack on first down in the red zone.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. After the sack, another pass on second down. Defender runs right as the
Nice.
ball
Was
does,
that
and the hit
Ransom?
knocks it free, incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Motioning left is Olave. Here he is on third and long. This is reeled in by Wilson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those little short throws, they have high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Nicotomni's kick is good. And that brings the deficit back within a score, 8 points.
Like the best kickers in this league, he's just keeping on with his job. That's a third now. He's knocked through the uprights. 3 times, not going to get it done in this game, though. Eventually, they got to start running them out for some PATs.
Fielded at the 7. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Now, after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. They've got first down from the 31. Out of the gun, Young. And his pass is going to fall incomplete.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Run the fucking ball.
A second down throw for Young. It's caught. That's Thielen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. 3rd and 4 coming up now. They'll send their tight end right. Young to throw here on 3rd. Brought in along the sideline, just needed official ruling, and they said catch. Great play. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because
Run the fucking ball.
That's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Here's a give to Hubbard. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap now to Young. Connects with Hubbard. And he's tackled for a short gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL.
All right, let's see what they do
sorts of
here.
different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not getting as
Oh,
much
here comes the
training
rookie
camp,
kicker.
You're not tackling
He's
as
probably-
much as they got to in the old
I'm
days.
guessing he misses
You
it.
can make a play in the open field. Keep him short like that.
If
I
he makes
promise
it.
you, some money will follow. He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
Damn it.
The Saints ready to return their offense to the field. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life, there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. Connects with Johnson. And this one doesn't go far. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Setting up a throw. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. He is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
And this is incomplete. Took the check down for granted. He's lucky that wasn't picked and taken the other way. 4th down coming up.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. The Panthers and Bryce Young making their way back out on offense. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. This drive will begin with Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 19. Pass complete to Hubbard. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. Carl Granderson in on the tackle. 3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now it's a bootleg for him. Trumbull with the grab. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down. That one ends up a gain of 6. And it'll give the Panthers a first down. Hubbard trying this up the gut. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Up the middle, Hubbard. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. McMillan hauls it in. And he gets across midfield and into Saints territory. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's the Panthers in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They motion a receiver left. Young working from the gun. That's him on the quick hitter. And they'll get there and stop him at the line.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
The offense getting set to go. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Throwing it to start this drive. Into the hands of Olave. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. And some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Halfway there on 1st down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun handoff to Miller. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
And he's brought down for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you could be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
This is one of those kind of win-win situations. Both sides feel good. As an offense, I get a completion. I get a win. As a defense, I keep everything in front of me. I make the tackle for a short gain. I get a win too. Sometimes you can get to win-win.
Chased out to his right. He'll make a bid for it on the... Oh no, the ball is loose! But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans first down. Now Kamara. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. We'll pause now for an injury. That's Alvin Kamara, who's shaken up as the trainers head out to look at him. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And the defender comes away with it. Trayvon Merrick has it.
Nice. Tip drill.
Costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st
All
and
right,
10.
start with a run, please.
Out of the shotgun, a give to Hubbard. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Putting one of the tight ends in motion right. On 2nd down, it's Hubbard. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the pistol, it's Young. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
You know, he might complete 99 out of 100 of those short, simple routes to the tight ends. Even the shortest and simplest of throws, well, it's due to end up in a drop at some point.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Kate, the game wasn't on the line with that series, but don't tell the defense because they brought the urgency and juice like it was. Getting the sack, setting up 4th down, well, it picks everybody up on that sideline. And now their offense gets a chance in a one-score game.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That punt gets up to 59 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets this one to Shaheed. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
A jolt to start that drive. They're up near the 45-yard line. First and 10, looking to throw. Short pass brought in. And he takes it across midfield and into Panthers territory.
Translatable skills. That's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, but he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's able to get this down to the 36. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, he got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
Caught him across the line early there. That's an easy call for our officials.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still first down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. Back to throw. On the move, headed right. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. We've reached the 2-minute warning from Charlotte. Saints trail by 8. All right, here we go. Second down. Trying again, following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. It brings up third down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's...
And they got there in time. He's taken down. And the defense comes through. Fourth down, that much tougher. The Saints calling for a timeout. They're first. As they'll get together and discuss with fourth down coming up. Looking to throw it. Hits him on the in route. And they get this down to the 28. And they do not get a desperately needed first down. He doesn't make it, and they still trail after the turnover on downs.
You know, these fourth down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The Panthers set to take the field. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Hubbard quick on the draw. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. The Saints call their third and final timeout. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Running with Hubbard out of the gun. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, so that brings up 4th and 2.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
They'll send out the punting unit. And this is going to put them up to 6 punts today. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. Now this offense getting set to work here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to throw. And that throw just too high for him. Almost a completion of their own team there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. They kick the running back in motion. Throwing now. Trying to push it deep downfield. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Trying to get it to Chris Olave. And now they're staring at 4th and long. Here he is to throw. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. And they get the stop. This is going to be a turnover on down. So now their opponent's final chance coming up.
Hey, after that stop, Kate, they can start to celebrate. Well, kind of. They still got to finish this game. And my favorite formation in football, that victory formation. Get into it, secure the football, and you'll secure this victory.
Panthers beginning to celebrate their win here as they take a knee.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Panthers pick up the win here. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Panthers are winners.
All right, we'll check out the stats and then the highlights.
Charlotte.
That was a nice catch right there. Damn. All right, Bryce Young, 60% completion, 240 yards. Saints still got 139 rushing yards, man. Damn. We just aren't that good at stopping the run yet. Not a bad day, Princely. Damn, not a bad day. The rookie pass rusher is not bad. It's looking promising. All right, let's see what highlights we have here for the start. 2nd and 10. 7-yard loss. Nope. Here we go. All right, what we got Leggett? So Leggett's on the right there. He doesn't take it right there. He's covered. I like this. I like this. Look at that. Just runs to the open field. Man, it could have been an even prettier pass, but that's speed, yo. It's that speed. Oh, this one. I want to see this one. I stepped out for just a second, and I got the tail end of this one. All right, so where's Ted? Over there on the right? Oh, there he is, on the left. Oh, he fucking threw it anyway, man. He had fucking Thielen right there in the middle. He chanced it anyways. That was Thielen. No, yeah, that was Thielen. Oh damn! Oh damn! That's what he gives us. There we go. Oh, that's the one that we weren't sure. Yep. Catch. Left foot down. Right foot down. Right before, right before he goes out of bounds. Okay, Mingo. I like this. I mean, look at this. Just carries him. I don't know. It just seems like it's more realistic. I don't know if that's the mod thing or if that's just Madden. This one was nice too. All right, so he's. Oh, look at fucking Wallace, bro. Wallace just fucking trying to hide right there. Sees him. He's like, all right, he's going. Oh, look at that. Watch that. For a second, Wallace thought he was going after him. He's starting to square his hips. He stays put. Like he's like, nope, fuck this. I'm running. Damn, that was quick. Almost fucking screwed up the angle. All right, so his knee is not down. I don't know, man. That's fucking close, bro. So is the ball? The ball is not, in my opinion, is not out until right there, dude. I think he was down, man. I think he was down. We have to call the league on that one. We won't. Not our fucking problem. Oh, yeah. A nice Neil highlight. 31.5 yard rush? I don't remember that one. Oh, does that say 3.5 yard rush? Oh, 5 yard. Okay, never mind. From the Carolina 31. Never mind. I'm tired. Yeah, let's watch this one. 10 yard loss. Right foot, left foot, touchback. Watch out, lady. Not bad. All right, we went over the stats, went over the highlights. Finish game. Yeah, man, we got to stop that fucking run, bro. All right, that'll do it for this week. Well, technically. This game. 1-1 start to the season, gentlemen and ladies. You see that over there in the top right-hand corner, like during the news conference, I called out Mike Jackson to play better, but for some reason they have J.C. Horn. All right, until next time, it's good to get a win. Keep pounding.